Okay, guys, welcome once again to Josh FX Pro. If you're not subscribed, please do well to subscribe and turn on your bell notification so it would remind you when I post a video, right? I'm also on Instagram and TikTok, so you can go follow me on those places too. All right, this is a backtest series. We're doing a series of backtests this period, backtesting different pairs to see what happened the previous week, to know how we're going to approach, how we should have approached the market last week if we were to take the pair, okay? And also confirming our strategies to um to be sure that we are in line, to keep us in line with market conditions and everything going on. All right. So also it gives us a good view of what the coming week should look like. All right, let's dive into it. So this is VIX 31 is, and this space was last week. All right, this was last week. So, but to find out why this market um went all the way from here, and also if we were to trade this market, would we see these buys? So the first thing I noticed here was, first of all, there's a zone here. There's a support resistance zone here. It was formerly a support break, fake break, support, fake breakout. If you go down to a lower time frame, you see that this point where you had this breakout was once a resistance. See? So you see, it was once a resistance. It broke out, turned resistant, broke out again, turned support. So it's just something we notice that there's one thing there. All right. So, and again, we notice this whole push broke out from a high, although we got this reversal on this point at this um other block here. The reversal came down to this other block here. You understand what other block is? So you'd understand this. So the reversal came down to this other block here, mitigated it, full mitigation. This is why this other block is now invalid. You wouldn't have to wait for it to come here, right? So last week closed here. All right. So another thing we have is we have this one other block. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. You have this one other block here as well. This one from the beginning. All right. So we have two confluence, the zone, the other block here. All right. And again, this market was going bearish. We see series of break of structure. This was where we had the change of character. So it broke structure. So automatically what we are waiting for was for the market to push up a little, give us a come back to this other block on daily here and start coming back down and follow it down. But then market didn't do that. It just started running up. So let's see if we were to watch this trade, we're actually going to be looking at taking the reversal, because this is obviously going, if we're not in this trade, we would have been looking at this as being a reversal. If you understand what I mean, it would be like a, a correctional move to continue this downtrend that it has already started here, right? So that would have been how we would have looked at it. So if we're taking this trade, we would be looking at, can we take this correctional move as a buy to maybe this point of the other block, or there's a fair value gap here. And all these points is above where we had the break of structure. So it's safe. Anywhere from here, here, and here, it's safe to look for trades there, all right? So let's go down to 4 hours. So in 4 hours, we see market have trended all the way to that place. So before we can enter this market, we will need to see a break of structure or a candlestick pattern that closed full, a reversal candlestick pattern that closed full. All right, so Monday started and we saw this candlestick pattern. You see the first tap on the zone, second rejection on the other block. So that's the first rejection on the other block. Second rejection, tap and close as bullish, and then the next one tapped in more deeper and closed above. So ultimately, on a Monday morning, 1 a.m., they have actually been a good spot to buy this market because this is a star. This is a morning star. See how this candle closed be above this point here. So if you're taking this trade, you would have just taken a 1:3, 1:4, depending. But if you wanted to hold the trade to come back to this point, then my view would have been taking my profit from here. I would have taken my profit from this point. I wouldn't actually hold up until this point because I don't know if market would have gotten all this far, would have broken this change character here. I don't have that detail, right? As at that last week when the market started. So overall, it gave like a 1:8. Then if you break it down to a 1 hour, that view, that stuff happening, that downside, you will probably see a more better reason. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. So you see, so now there's a more better reason to buy the market. All right. So we had market do this, created this high, went down. See, closed below this low. So it was like a trend. It's trending, 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 trending. Let me put this. It's been trending like something like this. Trending, trending. I'm just putting it at the most significant places. So we had this here. So you see how market came here, tapped in on here. So now it closed this full what do you call it? Morningstar candle. The full candle closed above this point. Right? Since it made a close like a break of a change of character above this whole point here, this high here. Then this retest and close as an engulfing would have been your entry. If you had seen this one, you would have probably entered here. But if you had seen this one as well, this would have also been a good place to enter from a 1 hour perspective. You get so regardless of however the market turned out, this would have been a good entry. So if you missed the entry on this, you would have entered from here, buying the market all the way, and your stop will be just below the structure that made you enter this structure now that made you enter. That would have been where your stop would be. And TP will still be the same area, same point, same high. That's 1:11. That's massive, man. That's actually big time massive. 1:11. So you're taking on one trade 1:8, and the other one 1:11. That's super massive. Really, really massive. That's really, really massive. So you see, on a 1 hour, it looks good. But on the 4 hours, it looks better. On the 4 hours, we've seen that the market, before the day opened, on the 1 hour, before the day opened, we see that market has already broken above this. So confirmed entry wouldn't have been here, would have been after this engulfing. So that would be the confirmed entry, put stop below here and ride with it. It would have actually given you like a 50% drawdown, but it's okay. 50% of your stop drawdown, but it's okay. And it will still, give you back your profit. And this is actually very massive. This is massive. It's massive. It's big. It's a big trade. All right. So that's it for this one. I think I have a bias on this pair. I'll post my bias on this pair just so we know what I could be looking out for on this pair for this particular week that we, all right. So just watch out and keep an eye out for this pair. I'm going to post my bias on this pair, what I think may happen this week on this pair. So let's keep an eye out. See you guys the next. By the way, if you're not subscribed yet, please do well to subscribe. Do well to like, comment, and drop your comments and also share this video. Right. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.